Tripod problems, my bad. Deal me for a few seconds. What's going on, Frankie? Hit that thumbs up. I'm doing a layering video for somebody in the squad. They're having trouble. Got behind me. My fault. Trying to get this down so I can show, but I have to actually bring it down here. Got about 6 layers. It's looking like. I'm gonna show some of the stuff that I got in the mail today too. I'm just trying to find the perfect position. Y'all bear with me. Alright. Yeah, that's good. So you know what? I'm gonna put you back up here because I'm about to bring this box over here. Amazon little package. Got some more heat tape, different rolls, different sizes, Teflon sheets. Y'all please hit that thumbs up button for me. Please, please, please. And let's YouTube know. What's going on, Connie? How you doing tonight? I'm gonna show that Racoma hat press back there. Some of the stuff that I got off Amazon, the stuff I got from Heat Transfer Warehouse, and a layering job real quick. So yeah, okay. These are Teflon sheets, 16 by 20. Everybody knows what a Teflon sheet look like. I'm not gonna take them out. 3 in the pack. And I'm going kind of quick because I feel like my daughter is gonna call me in the midst of this, and I have to pick her up. If y'all haven't seen, I got this T-shirt ruler. Also came with this, which is a toddler, another adult in the U size, and this helps placement measurement. Like, I'll just step back. Like that. It helps you center it. I don't need it, but I'm going to make a video over it, and I've seen a lot of people in the squad using these, so why not? I don't even use my logo gridded or my t-shirt gridded. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers that I'm going to lay down real quick. And it's over the Underdog. The Underdog is a cartoon, I believe, that came out in the 50s or 60s for the older generation. So Heat Transfer Warehouse said they're going to send me some vinyl to try out some of the new stuff. Let's see what they sent. And I'm waiting for Rakita to get on here before I start weeding because I want to show her this layering process real quick. She had a question and I just want to go in depth and detail over it. So I'm going to go through these colors for Warehouse. You guys go check them out. They got a whole bunch of different products out that just came out. So we're going to see what they gave me. This is Caesar Holographic Tropical Pearl. Pretty slick color. Make some content over that. Kind of look goldish orange, maybe a little bit yellow. Holographic Mystic Pearl. Pretty slick color as well. Like that. Reminds me of cotton candy for some odd reason. Okay, so this is Rainbow Pearl, but it looks like the cotton candy to me. Look, they almost look identical. I mean, there's a very, very slight difference, but you wouldn't be able to tell on camera, but it is 2 different products. We got another Caesar Holographic Moonlight Pearl. And this almost looks like the other 2 I just showed you guys. More of the purplish, bluish tint to that. And once again, these are the newest products that they got out. So if you guys get a chance, go check out Heat Transfer Warehouse. Wallet cut soft black. I'm a fan for the wallet cut, the soft colors. I'm not a fan of the teensy roll though. I'm not a fan of the 1 yard roll either. T-Transfer Warehouse. If you're gonna send me some, 5 yards or better. Holographic fire flit pearl. This almost looks like this one. It's a lot of similar colors going on. This one has a more of a 24 karat shiny gold look to it. This one has a real orange kind of gold look to it. I bought some of this actually. This is that tiger, or the wallet cut soft metal silver tiger. I actually like this. It's pretty slick. Do I like Caesar? I do not like Caesar. And it's not off of anybody else's judgment. I just, hands down, number one, my vinyl of choice is ECONOTRANSFERs. One, Econo's weeds very nicely. It's very soft to the touch. Doesn't feel like it's on your garment. Very easy to press. Did I mention it weeds like butter, baby? I love Econos. That's why I always get these huge rolls of Econo. Like, I can always show you a roll of Econo. And I get upset when I waste my Econo too. But Econos, then Walla Cut, Walla Soft, Walla Express, and then Archivinyl off of Amazon. I like that. It's either Archie or Carthy. I don't know how to say the word. Care YG or GY. That's my top right there. And if I have to in a quick pinch, I will use Caesar. I've had to use Caesar. I got backup rolls of white because I run through white and black a lot. So every once in a while you'll catch me with some faulty product. I mean Caesar. Oops, y'all ain't hear me say that. I mean Caesar is cool. It's just over. It's like Gucci and Nike. It's just a name brand. Do I think it's all that great? No. Would I recommend it? No. I'll recommend Econo before I recommend anything else. What's up, James Patton? How you doing tonight? I see he's trying to push the holographic. Yeah, they trying to push the holographic strong, man. And that particular vinyl I don't like either. But on the strength of them sending me all of these, you know, I'm going to try. I'm going to make a video. I'm going to make something pop. Something going to pop. Let me finish these while I'm at it. This is Caesar Holographic Rainforest Pearl. But a lot of them are similar too. I mean, these are flip-flop colors like you would see on the cover. And they're very similar though. Like, they're very, very close, if you get what I'm saying. So I definitely couldn't use these three together. I'll have to match. Some wallet cut, soft white. A toothpick amount. The only reason I'm saying this because I told them to their face, Kirk, if you ever see this, I told you, man, don't send me no 1 yard, no half yard. Send me 5 yards or better. I want to make a couple of shirts. I want to make videos. I want to make a couple of shirts. I actually have 20 yards of this soft black, so I don't know why they sent me these two little things. Maybe it was just extra laying around. And don't get it twisted, y'all. I am thankful for these little bit of rolls and yards that they did send me. But like, I'm cool when you send me 5 yards like this. You know what I'm saying? Not something like this. What I'm gonna do? Make one shirt and then that's it? Oh, I explained your product? No. Give me enough to make a couple shirts and profit off of. Once again, don't take it as being ungrateful or however you people say it. But at the end of the day, they want me to represent their product and they want me to always use it, right? You want me to use it on the next 10 shirts, right? Send me enough to use on the next 10 shirts. So this was the care package that they sent me, y'all. This is what I got. All these holographics, except for the Walla Soft that I showed you guys and the foil right there. And I'm going through this quick. Rakita, please let me know if you on here, if you got the message or the memo. If not, you can play this back whenever it uploads. I'm making this video for you, Rakita. You were struggling with the layer, so I cut out. I actually got a multi-layer job. I think, like I said, 5 or 6 layers, and I wanted to explain, you know, in depth. Hopefully, you get a better understanding. That was the transfer warehouse, y'all. Set that off to the side. Alright, so this big box, I'm going to actually put on the floor. I'm going to lift the press out of it. And y'all getting to see it first. Although I'm going to make a video over it. And I really want to see it myself. Breaking out the X-Acto. They did this for a half press. I wonder how big the heat press box would be. Packaged very, very well. I love the way it's packaged. 1 second, y'all. Please do not leave me. I have to answer this to tell them I'm on live. Sorry about that, y'all. I had to answer it. It's my wife. And just like that, I lost everybody. Wow. I'm here. I'll let y'all come back before I finish unboxing this. As soon as I see y'all come back, I will go back to unboxing the Racoma hat press. And if you know anything about the Underdog, which I don't, I had to cut him out. This is actually the outline of him. It's going on the front of a sweatshirt. And this is all Caesar. I mean, not Caesar. Lord Jesus. This is all ECONOTRANSFER. So when I say it wheeze like butter, just like that. Wheeze like butter. I should bring you guys down here, but I really want to do the hat press. I'm just waiting to get my crowd back since I had to answer the phone. What's everybody working on tonight? What y'all got planned? What y'all got going on? Anybody else doing any jobs? Ohio has some beautiful weather today. It was really nice outside today. That matte finish, that's what I like. And the stuff lays down really nice, this Econo. Let me go back to the missed comments. My wife is recovering good. James Patton, if you back on here. What's up, Jay Bell? How you doing if you back on here? 12, are you back on here? Y'all let me know that y'all came back. I had to answer that phone call real quick. And people disappear. Even though I told y'all it was only going to take me 2 seconds. I'm still here with you. As soon as I get my crowd back, I'm going to go back to unboxing that Racoma hat press, as I want to see what it looks like, and I want to show you guys first. I must have to share it again. So this is the head. I've never watched this cartoon, but I heard it was very popular. Should I share it again? Maybe I should share it again. If somebody on here, please share it for me. Let me see. I'll never left. Sweet. See, we about to look at this press because I really want to see it. Now, I wanted Rakita to catch this, but she, like I said, she could play it back. So let's try to bring y'all down so y'all can see what I'm doing. This is the box. they gave us some instructions. I'm not like your boy Stan Banks. I'm not going to throw my instructions. I'm going to actually keep them and read them. And they actually hit me in the Gmail with a registration. Power cord. Packaged it very, very, very well. If I should say so myself. Alright, so this is what we're looking at. Check that out. Look at how big that touch screen is. Look at that, y'all. That thing is huge. This is not no little hat press. So once I get it plugged in and everything, it's stationary. It's going to be over there in that corner where my EnduraPress used to be. And then I'm going to have to put my new Racoma press right here where this HPN press is at. Did y'all see that? One more time. Look at that. That is a serious hat press. I can't wait to get her up and running. I'm not going to completely take it out of the box. Certificate number, quality pass. That's pretty slick. Handwritten note, numbers. But that's a big touch monitor right there. Touch screen. I want to say the only difference is maybe the IQ probably got that little stylus just to be extra. But I wouldn't touch the IQ. Actually, y'all see me with the IQ. I don't think it was as big as... This thing is a beast. I thought this was more box than press. This is actually more press than box, if you get what I'm saying. So, going to be doing an unboxing video over that soon. Y'all just got a sneak peek at it. And I don't want to take it fully out, as I do want to get to the actual reason why I'm doing this live. Like I said, it's very, very well packaged. So salute Racoma to the packaging of this product. Alright, y'all got a straight dead man left behind this little space. And y'all see I'm a big boy, so let me scoot out. And that's the Racoma. It's the auto open, touch screen, goes up to 408 degrees, maybe even a little bit higher. Supposed to be able to press patches, embroidered patches, HTV, whatever you can think of. I'm supposed to be able to press it. You know, Sauce is going to charge to that 300 to replace that style span. Yo, you know that he is. What's up, Stack Studio? How you doing tonight? I'm about to do a layering video. Someone in the squad was inquiring about it, so let me set my camera up for that. If you're not in the squad, please join Facebook squad. And we got about 5 layers here. I just want you to see the hand. So right now I'm weeding out the black outline and all the black parts. And if I do this right, it should go cohesive. And it's actually going on a sweatshirt. This is going on the front. And I actually got another underdog that I'm going to do, but that's going to be off camera. And the colors, I just barely remember. I know the underdog's cape is blue. His main outfit is red, including his boots. His eyes and his U is white. And whenever doing layering, I like to try to do it in order so I don't get confused as to what I am weeding. This can become confusing if you don't have some type of set order, if you don't know what you're doing. So number one, try to get the outline done, then start actually putting the colors in. And this is for layering. This is a special video for Rakita Dunn. I don't know what her question was over. I've just vaguely seen it and wanted to do this. But back to what I was saying, the squad, if y'all ain't joined, it's a place where we all help each other out. Questions get answered. There's no dumb questions. And we like to show off our work. Everybody's work. I want to see what you worked on today, what it looked like. I mean, you don't necessarily got to show your face. In most instances, people don't even talk. You hear music and TikTok and all of that extra stuff going on, but the heat transfer vinyl that I'm using for this job to get it done and completed is Econo. Econo. If you haven't tried you any Econo, try some today. And I will show y'all the layers as I peel these pieces out. I made a trace video yesterday. I think I'm going to release tomorrow for YouTube. Another trace part 2. And it was actually over this, what I'm layering tonight. What I'm actually taking out. And I show the difference in the clean lines and the bumpy lines and how to use that threshold and the speckle. Y'all see how clean that image is? No matter how close I get to it, them lines are straight. They crispy. And no, this wasn't a vector image. This was just a high resolution image. And I compare it to a messed up image. Okay, I'm gonna leave the bottom. He's standing on a sewer cap, y'all. And there was a crook actually peeking his head out of the sewer cap. But we didn't keep that. I just took that out because I just want the front. There's gonna be a saying up underneath him. Some popular saying. This customer is almost 60 and he's been asking me for an underdog. I just haven't had the time to do it. So I'm trying to knock it out for him while trying to show someone how to layer. So go in order, like I said, that you can remember the colors. I remember the colors because of the order that I'm going in. Being this is the black border right here. You can actually see the underdog. And then try to cut every image the same size. I know it seems like you're wasting vinyl, but you're actually not. What you do when you cut the same image, like this is the same image. Even though I'm not going to use the blue dog, I mean like the head and all that and the hands. People may say it's a waste, but if you want that dead, if you want this to match up, line up dead perfect, you got to cut them all the same length. The only one that I didn't cut the same length was the white for the eyeball and for the U, because I know I'm only using the eyeballs and the U. But I didn't change or adjust this size at all. So for this blue, we only need the cape. I should have my mat up underneath here. I don't know why I don't. Just grazing this glass counter. And I think I'm going to bring back the silhouette classes, course classes. And if you guys want to see something in particular, please drop a question or a comment over it so I can get straight to it, so you're not waiting on me to drop a certain video. Basically, we can cut all the wait time out if you just comment and say, I need help with this. Or have you done this before? You think you can possibly go over this? So I don't need anything on here other than the blue cape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at his head and just keep peeling down until I have nothing but the inside of the cape, which is blue. And like I said, you're going to say I'm wasting vinyl. I'm going to say, yeah, I am. But if you want it to line up, you want that perfect No gap in between. 1, you got to do half the time. 2, your temperature got to be slightly lower. So if it's a 15-second press, you're only going to press for 7.5. In this case, I'm only pressing just enough to tack down each layer. I might not even use 7.5. If I can get this Econo to tack down in 3 just to stay in place, that's what I'm going to do, because I don't want any gaps. Like, I hate when I get gaps in between my layers. And gaps is like the actual fabric showing through your actual design. I hate that with a passion. So I'll actually just use my carrier sheet. Excuse me if I'm not talking as much. I'm just trying to make sure I got this cape, the inside of this cape. Not want to mess that up. So usually what I do is actually weed out each individual piece that I know. I'm gonna check the comment section in a minute, but like I said, is anybody working on anything? What y'all working on? What y'all gritting on this evening? I got this, and then I'm shooting a YouTube video once I get home. Once I go pick up my daughter, over the pros and cons of that Cameo 4. I've been struggling with that daggone thing. I don't know what's going on with it. It's like doing some weird things, y'all. When I say some weird things, it's doing some unnecessarily weird things I shouldn't have to worry about. Especially when I didn't have to worry about it with the other Cameo. I don't need anything but the blue cape, so you may see me just ripping carelessly, but I'm ripping in a way to where I'm not affecting the cape at all. And like I said, some may say, oh, you're wasting vinyl, and I agree with you. But if I'm a beginner and I'm doing this, I want to make sure that there's some type of rhyme or reason, because I could explain the other way, which is the knockout method, and just actually trace the part that I need. But when you first starting, the knockout method you don't understand, and some of the other things that people do, it's very hard to explain. It can be confusing. And oh, see, that's my ring. Y'all just witnessed it on camera. My ring be flying off my finger. So you see I left the top of the sewer black, and I peeled the rings off. So I'm just leaving, for a little extra added flair, I'm going to leave the circles on there, which is blue. And it'll come together once I layer it. And if you do it right, everything should just fall in place right. I should have left the bottoms, but hey, it is what it is. At this time, it's all about you and what you choose to leave. So we don't need the pants. We don't need the boots. We don't need the pants or the boots. All right, so yes, that was a whole lot of weeding for just these two little pieces. Grab my scissors. This is the blue. This is the cape. And then remember I said the blue rings. That's the top of the cape that's going to go around the collar. And you can actually lay it in here so you can see it. So that's what I'm going to do for you guys. And I'm going to do for myself because I want to make sure that there's no gaps. Yep. And you'll actually, it'll become 3D. I showed you the black image. It'll actually become 3D as I do this. Next, we're going to go with skin tone. The skin tone of the dog is brown. Same method. We're going to peel everything away that does not involve the skin. If you're a beginner, this is how I would advise for you to do it until you get the hang of it. Then once you get the hang of the actual software, the knockouts and the different spots you can take, then that's when you can solely go and just cut that part out. But until you learn that method, I would advise doing it this way so your shapes and everything line up like it's supposed to. Don't need the ear is black. You don't need around the fingers. I should have left that. Let me think like real quick. Nope, I'm taking it away. So that more than likely that's going to be the shirt. Don't need the nose. I don't need the sleeves either, so it's a method to my madness, y'all. Trust. Just make sure I'm getting everything that's not exposed. Oh yeah, the eyes is white, so that's coming out. I'm getting ready to check the comment section. I know there's probably some comments. I haven't really looked up at them. But I'm doing this for the sake of I want to get this whole process at least done before my daughter calls. She's at work and I got to pick her up. She hasn't got her license yet. She's working on it. So this is a lot of weeding for a little bit of brown. I do get that because I can hear someone saying it's a lot of weeding for a little 2 or 3 pieces of brown. But if you're first starting out, you may not know how to correctly use that knockoff or that offset method. And this is the best way that I would describe to do it because you get the exact layer that you want. Could y'all please hit that thumbs up if you are watching, finding some type of value in this video. It helps YouTube discover me, supposedly. That's what I learned. And guess where I learned it from? YouTube University. And I can make it a lot easier and take it off of this glass counter and bring my daggone mat. Instead of digging my weeder into this glass, which I'm not, but I kind of am. I'm weeding out the underdog in case you're just now tuning in. And I'm doing the different layers. Right now I'm getting the brown layer, the actual skin tone of the dog. I don't know nothing about this. I've never watched this cartoon. All I know is someone requested it. And at the end of the day, it's about getting the job done. So, get the job done. If you're in the custom apparel business, you know what I mean. How about that weather, though? Like I keep saying. I know I keep saying that, but Ohio, it's usually cold and crazy outside. Today was very beautiful. Alright, so now I'm going to do some cutting. This is his skin tone. There's the fingers. That's over the top of the head. The other fingers. Let me go ahead and try to place that so you guys can get a like completely colored dog. Things we do for YouTube. No, somebody actually wanted help on layering, so I know some people are going to do videos, but I want them to see my process. Maybe them watching my process, they'll be able to get it a little bit better. And I'm trying to line it up the best I can, as fast as I can. Look at these comment sections real quick. Stack Studio, squad. What's up, Mike? What's going on with you? What's up, Leonard? How you doing? I'm working on this underdog layering image. This is what we got so far. And when we started out, we only had the black layer. But I'm trying to put the color in so folks can see. And that's that little addition of blue pop on the, just because I always do something extra. But the blue cape I was talking about, the brown skin. And you can see through it kind of. But we're going to eliminate that once we're finally pressing. So now it's time to add the red and the white. And then this should be completed. So everything is cut at the same length except for this, the eyes and the U, because I only need the eyes and the U. There's no sense in me really wasting this much vinyl, and usually I don't waste this much vinyl. I'm doing this for a person that needed help with layering, and when you're new at this stuff, everything can be confusing. So yes, I'm weeding like crazy, cutting like crazy. And what we're actually going to do after I take this little bit out is cut this into 2 pieces. Because you could do all of this and it still won't line up. I know I need the eyeballs. And I know the eyes are the exact width, the inside of these eyeballs. So I don't have to do as much weeding. So I'm going to come in here, cut the eyeballs out, then I'm going to cut the U out. Making sure to weed all the extra stuff out the way. So this is like a quick tutorial for Rakita Dunn, one of the squad. Put this right on over everything else that I've been doing. Do the same thing with the U. I'm going to slide on in here and cut the U out. Now the brown I weeded to show you guys that was the way to do it. Now I'm taking shortcuts. So this is, yes, the whole dog, but I don't need it and it's already cut on. Trash. No sense of saving it. Nothing I can really do with it. Just need the U out of this. See, I feel like with Caesar, I can't weed this quick. Not without making a horrible mistake. I would say this is pretty fast weeding. I don't know what y'all would say it is. Imagine doing a couple different customs and having to weed everything out. And it take you forever. I think easy weed is a gimmick. I needed this U as well, which is going to go right here in the center of the dog. And I'll show the dog one more time before I press it and all the colors. So now we're down to the last layer, which is the red. His suit is red, his boots is red. So with that being said, I'm going to take it almost like the brown and the black layer and peel back as much as I can before I expose the red suit by itself. When peeling vinyl, it's easier to lay it flat and just peel away. If you got good clean cut settings, you should have no problem. It should weed like butter. Trust. If it ain't weeding like butter, get away from it. It's a waste of your time. Time is money. Time is very valuable. What am I weeding? Did someone ask? ECONOTRANSFERs. Check that out. Matte, clean, and yes, that is a waste of a lot of vinyl. I could have just blocked and did just the cape. But to a beginner, they don't know that. And I know I'm going to repeat myself a lot because I know someone's going to watch this video over 1,000 times to try to figure out how I exactly did it. So that's why I keep repeating myself. So I know nothing up here is red. I know his arm is red. It's like a red sleeve. And how do I go about that? I'll start at the cape. It's good to find yourself some reference plots too to go off of to help you remember how it's supposed to look. Saves a lot of time. So all I was doing there is just cutting this red head off. We don't need it. Try to work smarter, not harder. Remember, there's a black outline around everything, so that's pretty self-explanatory to move that outline out the way. This is what I'm looking at. I only need the boots and this, the arms on both sides. I'm going to cut it just to that. Cut it and weed it as best I can, just to that specification. Generally, there's random cuts where you find your little accidental specks. So it's good to review and look over your image before pressing. I don't need none of the cape. Been on 40 minutes. Let's check some of these comments out real quick. I remember him. All you do? I ain't never seen this dog a day in my life until it was introduced to me. He said, the underdog, you know. I'm thinking of some 90s movie. I didn't even know this was a cartoon, y'all. And I guess he had like some saying he used to say, so I'm going to put it up underneath him. Then on the actual back, I'm actually going to do a layering process again with the same dog. All these different layers, but he's like flying. And he has like stars behind him and black lines. I don't know, it just seemed like that's something that was probably in every episode. So I'm going to put that on the back with another saying. If you wasn't on here earlier, Leonard, if you rewinded to the beginning, I showed a little glimpse of that Racoma hat print. I'm gonna do an unboxing video over it. Let's remove that U, the outline for the U, and remove that as well because that's black. The back part, which is the cape, and we're gonna cut these dots off. All right, so hit that. Bam. Layering was like one of the very first things I learned, self-taught myself from YouTube University, because I didn't want to just have one color. I wanted to add dimension in a multitude of colors. That's why I learned layering. And a lot of folks don't like to weave vinyl. Me, I don't find it that bad. I don't think it's that bad of a job. Maybe because I spent a lot of time doing it. And just like that, the whole red suit. Let's lay this into place where it's supposed to go. Let me look at it. What's the issue? So something's not lined up right. I see a large gap. But here's the underdog in full color. You can see all the layers that I did just like that. From the brown, let's get real close so you can see the white, the black, the blue, more white, red, and the hands. The feet in the sewer. And how many layers is that, y'all? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 layers in 44 minutes. Y'all just actually watch me weed this out. Now, I cut it yesterday at the house, but this is the front of the sweatshirt. So I'm going to press it in that same fashion. But like I said, I'm only going to press it for a few moments at a time. I just want to press enough to tack this stuff down. I don't want it to be super long press. Let's see what it's gonna look like on the actual. Yeah, it looks slick, y'all. A lot of color on this gray sweatshirt. Or this gray hoodie, I should say. Alright, start dropping layers while it heats up. Just peel everything backwards, back off of it. And the actual way that I laid it down is, that's how I would do it if I was a beginner. Because you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know that you could do this many layers. And people get confused by that. And sometimes if you're real cold at it, you can do multiple layers at once. Unfortunately, I'm not going to do that, because I didn't cut it out as much as I needed to. Like, I'll probably separate the brown hand from the face. Like, some of this stuff that's lined up, like where you see it separate spots, I'm definitely going to cut out and just place separately, because no one's perfect. If I can avoid any of them white lines, that's ultimately what I'm going for. So my way of tack method, back to the black by itself, put it on here, center it on up. So this is a 3-ax. We're gonna go 3-finger lengths down, or from the top of his first hair. We're gonna measure from side to side. the farthest points out on the actual character. For this one, that's not going to make any sense because it's lopsided. So I would spread the wings. I would check here, make sure it's even from here to here visually the best I can, or bump it. Grab you a ruler or get you to place it. I'm not going to use the place it today. It's not necessary. So we're going to go about there with it because, like I said, there's a nice lengthy saying up underneath it. I want to make sure it's centered. You know, just a hair more up there. Pull this down a little bit more, make sure it gets underneath the platen. Don't want to hit it too many times. Now remember, first rule of thumb when layering is to go at least half that time, which this is a 15-second press at 320. I'm going to press it for, I would say 7.5 seconds, because 7.5 makes 15, but I'm going to try to tack it down with 5 seconds. If I can get this tacked down with 5 seconds, we're in a good spot. Every time the heat hits it, it drops. So right now it's not quite at 320. And I'm going to see if I can get this off at 5 seconds without ruining it. Let's just see. Go slow. See, there was too much liftage. So I'm going to let it cool off a little bit, right? And instead of pressing it again, I'm going to try to lift it up after it cools off a little bit. Because I see it did come off. Now, if it lifts after I cool this off a little bit, then I will have no choice but to press it again. And you really don't need your heat to be high. This is the wipe down method. I've been doing this since the beginning of me pressing, and it helps cool down the carrier sheet a lot quicker. So let's try to peel again. No. So if the hair is laying down, do I got anywhere else that's laying down? No. Get it? Come on. This I'm actually paying attention to because I don't want to ruin the actual image. And I'm getting spots where it's lifting up because I didn't press at the correct time. Alright, so I got to lift here, I got to lift here, I got to lift here. So leaves me no other choice but to press again really quick. Like so. Pray for the best and go back at it. Woo. My gosh. The goal is to get this up without shrinking it too much. The heat shrinks it. That's why I did a light tap. As you can see, I got that on there. And if you think about it, it really was 5 second press. But that clean sheet, none of the edges are peeled up. Now it's just a matter of lining everything up. And I'm hard on myself because I don't like to see the spacing. It's like I don't like to see gray in between, but sometimes it's just unavoidable. There's nothing you can do about it. So what I would do is I would leave it blue like this all together, but then I would come here, and if I couldn't get it to line up on 1 or 2 parts, I would cut this thing apart. And this is where I'm going to need some light, so I don't want to move it, but I might have to. Yeah, I might not. Let's see. Alright, so this is what I was talking about. You guys can't see it. So you see how there's gray in between the two layers? I don't like that, the gray in that layer. So I'm gonna have to take this off slowly because my black's not all the way tacked down and there's heat on it. I'm gonna have to cut it apart and actually place it. Place the circles where they need to be, place the top of the cake where it needs to be. And I'm gonna do it while it's pulled out. Try to really get it as perfect as I can. Blue circle. So now it goes into cutting this up. Find where it goes, line it up as best as you can. See, I could have left my temp too at 280 because you don't want very high heat. You kind of don't want the heat to be at 320 knot while you're layering, but ain't gonna come out too bad. I don't think it's gonna be an issue. I for sure know this part is not gonna notice it, but it's more so about myself and me noticing it. So I try to avoid these little errors. Overall workmanship. And then that extra little bit of time that I spent pressing that black, it's gonna cause some type of shrinkage because I had to use the extra, 3 seconds. You guys still there with me? Sorry I'm not responding to comments. I'm trying to get this done. So I'm showing Rakita how I line up my layering images. A lot of people have problems with this. I do get this a lot. So I did a trace video last night that's probably gonna drop on YouTube tomorrow. And I'm doing this. Try not to cover up extra pieces. Like for instance, this is how you can get a lot of layers down at one time. If you cut a lot of this extra carrier sheet out, and it won't be blocking like the hand part or some of the other parts, and you're able to lay down multiple layers at one time. This is the most time consuming part of the actual layering. It's not the weeding if you're using good vinyl. It's not even the press time. It's the actual getting it lined up correctly to press. Ideally, you do want cleaner cuts, close as you can get to the image too, because you don't want these to leave marks on the rest of the dog or on the other parts of the actual picture. Sometimes it's unavoidable though. And remember this, you're your own worst critic. The person that's getting this he's not gonna care if it's overlapped. He doesn't care about the gray showing through. He doesn't care about any of that. He just wants the image. With me being me, I struggle with that. It's like an OCD thing. I'm OCD with this vinyl, y'all. There's still like little slithers of gray that I don't approve of showing through, but we're getting it done. So what else can I press? Actually covered up the U too much. I want to put that white part down. And yeah, I seriously do this. This is what I do. So it's not because I'm on camera. This is actually how I layer. If anybody was wanting to know or just inquiring. So you got a lot of moving parts going on. Just stay focused on what you're doing. You shouldn't have too much of an issue. Okay, this goes in between his arm. Rakita, I'm not sure if you're on here, but I'm doing this for you. And I hope you find this useful and this helps you out. If you have any other questions over my layering and how I do it, you can inbox me. Most importantly, like I said, y'all, when y'all cutting this carrier sheet, make sure that it's not going to be in the way of something else you're trying to layer, because the last thing you want to do is pull up or pull back on this layer and actually pull off another piece of the color. What I'm trying to do is layer as much as possible. That way I don't have to do as many stamps without not having it all uniform. As the vinyl shrinks. I keep saying that because it does. It shrinks. The high heat hit it. It's a wrap. And two, it's your work, it's your craftsmanship. Okay, so I know there's a piece right in here. My main objective is to make sure that that is dead in the middle, or lined up where it's supposed to be. No gray showing. I'm not worried about it catching. The ice is next. This dog had like a cockeyed look to him. Alright, so I'm going to be able to put the fingers on. So I'm going to trim this a little bit closer. Nothing on the hand. I don't want to put that brown in. Eliminating those layers, y'all. Eliminating them. Like I said, this is the most time-consuming part right here. It's putting these layers on. It doesn't really matter with the weeding if you got great vinyl. But it does matter about the cut. The cut and the actual stamping of this product, or any product for that matter. So this thumb is covered up. So I took the time to cut that out for nothing, because there's no way I'm laying this on top of that. The plastic would rip part of this thumb up. So we're just going to set that off to the side. I was actually looking for the top piece. So what I could do is I can lay this on top, this brown piece on top, even on top of the white. Because when I go to peel it back, the carrier sheet from the white will come up, and the actual carrier sheet, well, just the carrier sheet from the white will come up. But I want to make sure I'm not blockading nothing else. And this is how you get multiple stamps. So there's a couple of lessons being learned in here. You might have to watch it a couple of times. And I apologize if I'm going extremely fast. I'm just trying to get this done so I can get up out of here. It was a long day. I didn't really get to work as much as I like to. For y'all just now joining at the beginning of this video, I unboxed a little bit of the Racoma heat press. I talked about some of the new colors that came out from Heat Transfer Warehouse. Y'all go on and check that out. Might be something you like in there. And I apologize for not reading the comments right now. All right, so y'all see me put the white there, and then I had a little piece. I didn't actually cut this the way that I needed to, and if I was going to lay this brown on top of that, that would be a problem because it would tear into the brown. So I originally was going to go ahead and put this on there for the sake of time, but I'm not going to do it because I'm worried about it ripping into the brown and into the brown hand. But what we are going to do is we're going to do another stamp for a few seconds to see if we can get this to lay down. Now remember, every time you hit this with heat, it will shrink every single time. So I'm trying to go in intervals of 5 seconds. Bam. And then I'm going to peel slow because if it's not tacked down, I don't want to mess it up. Clean. All right, when you're in there, hold on, let me see. Can I do it again? Can I do it again? Clean. Yes. That's what we're looking for, y'all. I can't see if this is peeling up. Is it or not? It's coming off. It's coming off. Okay. Clean. See, I'm not manhandling it, but I'm trying to get it off while it's hot because it's easier to peel while it's hot. Triple, quadruple, check your work. If you don't, you'll leave a piece of plastic on here, you'll be screaming later. If you're anything like me, like, oh my God, I don't know how I left that piece on there. It's easy when there's a lot of moving parts involved. All right, so that was another layer down. So what we got left is the brown fingers, the brown face, and the red. Now I pressed everything, and as you can see, I'm touching. And I do see a little bit of gray popping through, but it's not nothing too bad. And it's probably because my heat is up too high. As you see, I'm only pressing for 5 seconds. Y'all know Econo is not a 5-second press. Econo is actually a 15-second press. But you got to manipulate this to make it look its best. To get the best out of it, you have to manipulate the vinyl. That's what I've learned. So I do want to do the hands and the face, but I'm going to see if I can get this red on really quick. If I can get this red in here and then jump to the brown, I'm in there like swimwear. So every time the heat hits it. Now, there's a piece of the fist on here that's actually going to press into the nose. I'm going to leave that. Generally, you wouldn't want to do that. You would want to cut it back. I'm not going to leave it. As I said, why not just fix it? Cut this extra clearness off. Or as much as I can. Just try not to lose it. So find its way somewhere else. See a little piece right there? Be to mess the whole image up. Alright. Just double checking my work, making sure I got stuff where I need it to be. Red's in there, gray's not popping out. I'm not worried about too much gray showing, which ultimately you don't want any gray showing, but it's unavoidable. Another 5 seconds. And I'm going down to the 9. That's how I know it's a complete 5 seconds. When you first close it, there's nothing you can do about that. Slow peel to make sure that the red is actually on there, which it is. Bam. Clean carrier sheet. Now we're gonna go with this brown. We're gonna rock with this brown. It's a lot of moving parts. So, I mean, at first you may not be able to go as fast. I'm not going to say that you are. I thought this was a piece of his face. It's not. So I'm just going to move it off of the actual carrier sheet. There's a brown piece right here. I just removed it because I thought it was a piece of his face. It's not. It's actually behind him. You see me scooting stuff. I'm manipulating the shirt and where I want the actual brown to land. Because I hate the gray. This is going to be our final press. And I'm just making sure everything is where I want it to be. Checking the hands around the eyes. Checking the other hand. Even checking the nose. Okay. Okay, I forgot I don't got this pressure adjusted. So now I'm going for the whole 15 seconds as this is the last stamp. Some would suggest just go another 5 and it should be done. I want to make sure this stuff never moves again. Well, that was a big error right there, I could see. Not perfect, y'all. Far from it. And then you could do the overkill press, which I'm not going to do it on here because I have pressed it a lot of times. But let's bring it over here and I'm going to show you where the mistakes lie and how it could have been avoided. But all in all, it doesn't look too bad. You can see some creasing. But I never claim to be perfect. I just claim to teach. So let's take a look. All right. Me nitpicking with it. I can see space in between the brown and the black right there. You see it? Tiny bit right here. Me actually manipulating the shirt. There's like a little space in between there. And this is just me nitpicking, like I said. When I do my layering, I'm kind of hard on myself. There's space right there from the red to the actual black line. The biggest space that I've seen, hold on, okay, is this right here. You see that? That's the biggest error right there. The hand needed to be a little bit overslighted, slightly, just a little bit more. And here's another error right here. Is the customer going to complain about it? No. I'm actually cool with the customer. I know the customer. And there's a saying, and there was a dog or some type of wolf or something up underneath here, but I'm not including it. I'm just going to put the saying here. And, you know, that's supposed to be a sewer pipe cap, but what I'm actually going to do is put a saying here, like it's actually part of the sewer cap. And I was thinking about adding something extra, like he's visioning in or something far away over here, maybe like the underdog symbol, because they got a symbol like a Batman symbol. I should do a little circle right here in yellow with the underdog saying to it. No, I've never watched a cartoon, but I do my due diligence when I'm doing stuff like this, because it's the reason that this 60-year-old man came in and wanted this particular underdog. You know, this takes him back to his childhood. And if I can recapture that in a custom shirt, I'm going to do that by any means necessary. Also, for people that's in the custom creative business, the extra little hits goes a long way. So remember I told you we'll do the yellow right here. I'm going to do that. I'm gonna probably cut it tonight, but I'm gonna put like an underdog saying going down the arm, you know. Then I'm gonna put another underdog on the back with him actually flying with a little bit of detail, yellow stars. I might put a little something here. Then I might put something on the hoodie just to bring it all together. But let me let y'all look at that again. It's not too bad. I'm very hard on myself, but I strive for perfection. And we're our own worst judges of characters when we're doing so. Our own, I don't know how to say that, but y'all know where I'm going with it. So, with that being said, Rakita done. This is how I layer. It hasn't let me down thus far. If I could suggest anything to avoid these spots like this, if the heat is 320 degrees, keep it at 280 and press for 5 seconds. If you can get away with 3 seconds, try it. Try it. I don't care if the vinyl says 15 seconds. The thing about it is you have to peel it slow, but you got to peel it while it's hot, because if you don't, you're subject to actually taking the vinyl up with it. And a lot of times people will be like, I can't do all of those layers. Yes, you can. Y'all just watch me do it. Y'all just watch exactly what I did. And y'all see how this came out. I mean, I don't think it's that bad. So let me take a look at these comments real quick. I appreciate everybody joining me too, even through the phone call and all. My wife is recovering okay. She's still crying. She's still in horrific pain. We went to see the orthopedic doctor today. They're looking at not having to do surgery, but she's going to be in this boot for a while, and they have to straighten something else out. I'm not too sure. Let's see what else we got. Never left, James Patton, appreciate it. Never left, 12 gone, I appreciate it. What's the warranty like on that? The warranty. I paid for 3 years if you're talking about the hat press. It was like 1 year, but I learned my lesson with Heat Press Nation, and I'm not about to do that again. So I always pay the extra $30 or $40 for the 2 to 3 year extended warranty. That's my advice to you. That's on any machine. You never know when it's going to break down. I think it's like 1 year warranty though. This is, I appreciate it. 12 gone, saying that's nice. Looks official. Appreciate it. I shared and tagged Rakita. Hey, I appreciate that, as I did do this for her. I know she was having trouble when she was trying to choose between the silhouette and the cricket. We rock with the cameo, but go with what you can afford. Go with what you feel comfortable with. We make a lot of jokes, but if y'all are in the inner squads, you know how we do. It's not taking it serious. I'm not about to cut nobody's head off because they didn't choose a cricket. By all means, if you want to go with the cricket, rock with the cricket. Do what works for you. And that's on every level. James Patton says, you know, Saws are going to charge. Yeah, they're going to charge $300 for the replacement pen. Don't let a light bulb go out. That's another $1,000. The stand, another $1,000. Stack Studio says, yo. Stack Studios also say squad. I think I did read these a little bit earlier. Leonard says squad up. What's up, Mike? What's up, Leonard? How you doing, man? Like I said, I appreciate you telling me to hit that like button. That is very important with the algorithm. Hopefully this video don't disappear. One of my other videos disappeared and it had like 18 hours. I'm a little bit salty about that. Peaches, hi, how you doing? I might need to watch this one about 5 or 6 more times. I'm sorry, as I did rush through it. I was just trying to get it done. I gotta go pick up my daughter, and I want to get up out of here. I haven't been in here all day, and as you can see, it's nighttime outside. And I gotta go home and cut up these birthday shirts. So a lot of times, y'all, it's a little hidden gem about me. There's reminiscences, as y'all see me. And this was all ECONOTRANSFER. Shout out to ECONOTRANSFER, y'all. A lot of times, to get ahead for the next day, I'll take my vinyl rolls home and I'll design at home on my Mac, and then I'll come in the next day and I'll press. You know why? So I don't have to do a 10 to 10 here. I do a 10 to 10 here only if I choose to, and that's generally when I got like 250 shirt orders or like a 300 mask order. Thank God my dad's been helping me out with the mask, because I do have a 300 mask order, and he got a nice little check today, so I know he was geeked. But yo, look at this box from Racoma. If that ain't official, like a referee with a whistle. And the actual heat press is this big, y'all. And yes, I'm geeked to say that because I got a little funky one from Pro World that is a dedicated mass press, and stalls act like they ain't coming off one, so wouldn't see these people. I'm actually about to get into embroidery. I want to have a full print shop. I appreciate y'all in a real way rocking with me though. I also got the 16 by 20 auto open Racoma press coming. I got an Amazon press coming. And I think I showed y'all everything else that I had come in today. I hate to get off of here with so many people because this is just my watch time. It's just going to increase. But I got to go home to do more work after work. Today was a lot of running around now. So let me see. Any more comments? Yes, watch 5 or 6 more times. Get the information that you need. And if you got any questions, please drop a comment under the video or in the squad. Let me know something. Y'all the real ones, for real, for real. Intervention, they tell me that all the time. I need an intervention with the vinyl, with the machinery, and with work. So I hear it all the time. But to get ahead in life, you sleep very little. And I said that in my story last night. I think I went to bed at 6 o'clock this morning and got up at 9. I might have been up before 9. And I haven't went back to sleep yet. This is caffeine and I'm going off of right now. I'm going to crash eventually. Probably tonight because I felt myself I was real tired of that doctor's office. I was like damn near nodding off. But I had to get brakes fixed today. I had to get 2 new tires put on today. I had to get an oil change today. I had to go pick up packages. I had to go drop off packages. Then I had to come in and get the front part of that done. So when I come in tomorrow, I already have everything else cut out, stamped, and that gave to the customer by tomorrow. I got a Rush 60 mask order and 25 birthday shirts due Saturday. Damn, what's today? Think, Mike. I just had a brain freeze. It's Monday? Okay, it's Tuesday. So, them are rush orders, but they're not rush orders because Saturday is 4 days away. And I'm going to knock it out anyway. But I got that on top of everything else. Plus, I'm still waiting on the AAU to send over their logos. I got a track, a baseball, and no, I got like a few baseball teams, a track team, and something else. Anyway, it's a big school district out here, Jackson. They're very rich. That's the ones I was doing the super color transfers for. If y'all ever seen the super color transfers, I was getting it for them. But yo, it was warm. It's turning beautiful. Things are starting to go in my favor. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Continue to be great. Continue to drop great stuff in the squad. I'm going to big up you. I'm going to salute you. Last week we had Mr. and Mrs. Patton on Saturday Night Live. If you did not catch that, go check that out. That's in the guys tab. My homeboy 12 Going Apparel got a squad constituent shirt out ready for you right now. We want to see what y'all create with the squad constituent shirts. So go ahead, feel free to make a squad shirt. And I think that's it. I mean, what more can I say? I can't sing, but that's how I'm feeling right now. That Jay-Z. But yeah. Oh, check that video out over in the Stalls hat press. Tell me what y'all think. Because now I'm about to do the Racoma hat press. And I actually own the Racoma hat press. So Stalls, y'all slipping on your pimping. But I'm gone. I appreciate y'all. Peace. Any comments, questions, drop that. I'll answer it. Trust me, I'll get to it.